So guys, in this video we are going to see some basic thermodynamics questions, because in previous video of basics of thermodynamics I said I will tell you some multiple choice questions. So now you can see here are in this video there are 15 questions, MCQ question. I'm taking this question from some online websites. So see what are these questions and how they are making questions. So the first question they are asking about, an open system is one in which. So I said in an open system both energy and mass can cross the boundaries. So there are only one option, option C, both energy and mass cross the boundaries of the system. So we have to mark on the right option is C. And the next question they are asking, an closed system is one in which. So as we know, in closed system only mass does not only energy can be transferred, mass does not. So there is the right option is as 1 a part. So that is the way of making question. And after that the third question, specific heat of air at constant pressure is equal to. So we have to remember this value. The specific heat of air at constant pressure is equal to 0.24. So we have to remember this. And now after that the fourth question is homogeneous system is. So in homogeneous system there are only one phase exists. It can be solid, liquid and gas. So the correct answer is A, because it consists of any one phase among solid, liquid and gas. It's called, we are saying it, homogeneous system. And in heterogeneous system we are getting more than one phases. Now after that the question number 5, absolute pressure is measured as. This one is the very basic formula of measuring absolute pressure, and the answer of this question is option number B, because absolute pressure is measured as pressure gauge pressure plus atmospheric pressure. So we have to remember these points. And after that the question number 6 is quasi-static process is. I said a quasi-static process is a very slow process as a definition. And after that if we see the answer of this question is D, all of the above, because in option number A is infinitely slow process, right? Experience thermodynamic equilibrium at every small point on its path, that one is also right. And it is a reversible process. I said at the starting of video, the previous video, that quasi-static process is reversible process and it is infinitely slowly process. These 2 points we know, the point number A and C, but point number B I think I does not tell you, but that is also true. So that's how they are making questions. You have to remember all of these points, or you have to understand very carefully. So now after that in question number 7 they are asking, which among the following is an intensive property of a system. So we know intensive properties are those properties those are does not those are independent of mass. They are not depend on mass, because intensive in independent of mass. So if we see the option, there is only one option, pressure, which is the correct answer, because it does not depend on mass. But if we see volume, then there is one formula, density is equal to mass per unit volume. So if mass change, volume obviously change. And similarly for energy, we know the formula of energy, static energy. So there is a mass term, so the energy is not intensive property. So option number C is correct one. And after that the question number 8, the properties of a system whose values depend upon mass of the system are called as. So as I said you in previous question, In question number 7, intensive properties are those properties those that does not depend on mass, but extensive properties are those properties those are depend upon mass of the system. So correct answer for this question is option number B. So extensive properties are those properties those are depend on mass. So that is the eighth question, and after that, in ninth question, the energy of an isolated system. So the energy of an isolated system is always constant. I did not tell you in previous videos because there is no point about isolated system. But yes, yeah, because there is no energy transfer in isolated system. And if you remember open system, closed system, and there is third system is isolated system. So in isolated system there is no transfer of mass and energy, so the energy of the system, isolated system, is always constant. So option number B is the correct. And now in question number 10, thermodynamic properties are, as I said you in previous video, the thermodynamic all the properties of thermodynamic properties are point functions, not part functions. So option number A is correct one. So you have to remember this point, this is very important. Now in question number 11, the differential of point function are, the differential of point function are a perfect differential, that is correct, exact differentials, that is also correct. So option number C is the correct one, because the differential of the differentiation of point functions are perfect differentials, exact differential. So option number C is correct one, all of the above mentioned. Now in question number 12, they are asking about the cyclic integral of a properties. If you remember the previous video, I also written there, cyclic integral of any property is always 0. So option number A is the correct answer, not 1, not infinite value. In question number 13, work done in a quasi-static process depends on the path followed. If you remember, in quasi-static process there is one graph, I said you they are depends on the path followed. So option number A is correct answer, not B, independent of the path followed. No, that's not right. And in option C, depends only on the initial and final state. So that is also not right, because option B and C, these are both are same. But option number A is the correct one. And in question number 14, which of the following is true for closed system? So option number B is the correct one. And in question number 14, which of the following is true for a closed system? So as we know, mass does not enter or leave the system in a closed system. So option number B is the correct one. And the last question of this video is, the work done by a closed system in a reversible process is always that done in an irreversible process. So option number D is the correct one, more than, because work done by a closed system in a reversible process is always greater than or more than done in an irreversible process. I will tell you why the option number D is correct in next video, because there are some points those I did not tell you in the in previous video. So that question, this question is different from the previous questions, because I did not tell you about the reversible process and irreversible process, and why work done is greater than the irreversible process. So stay connected.